Hey everybody, in this next video lesson, we're going to quantify equilibrium, or in other words, we're going to put numbers into that equilibrium expression which I taught you about in the last video lesson. Now, a review from the last video lesson. The capital letter K represents the equilibrium constant. It's a ratio of the product concentration over the reactants concentration, and so as a reminder, this is the expression. Concentration of products on top divided by concentration of reactants on bottom. But if we're going to quantify this, we need actual values and actual numbers and actual chemical reactions. And so let's first start with an actual chemical reaction, but instead of actual elements, we're just going to use general letters A, B, C, D. So my products are C and D, so I put those on top. The capital letters represent the substances, and in yellow, the superscripts, or the powers, represent the stoichiometric coefficients of those elements. And so if there was a 2 out in front of C, then this would be squared. And if this was a 3 out in front of the D, then the lowercase d represents 3 or cubed. So the coefficients represent the exponents in the equilibrium expression. Now as far as the reactants are concerned, I've got A and I got B, so I'm going to put those in the bottom. And we're looking at the concentration of both A and B. And just like before, the stoichiometric coefficient for lowercase a and lowercase b go as the exponents in the denominator of the equilibrium expression. And so if you're going to calculate, and we're going to do some examples of this, we're going to do the products over the reactants. Just don't forget to put the exponents as the stoichiometric coefficients. Now, as far as states of matter go for chemical reactions, we can have solids, liquids, gases, and aqueous solutions when it comes to our reactants and products, but not all 4 of those would be included in an equilibrium expression. Even though they might be included in the overall reaction, they may not be included in the equilibrium expression. Because in order to be included in the equilibrium expression, you have to be able to be expressed in a concentration or a molarity. And solids and liquids cannot be expressed as molarity. Of course, aqueous solutions can be expressed as molarity, and that's probably the most common things that you would see included in an equilibrium expression. But gases could also be expressed in a molarity. Remember, gases are equal to PV nRT. This is the ideal gas law. Well, if we divide by volume on each side, what we have is P equals nRT over V. If you look closely, N is moles and V is in liters, moles per liter. There you go, you got a molarity. So you can actually turn part of the ideal gas law into a molarity. So you have P equals molarity times R times T. And because of that, we can express both aqueous and gas substances in an equilibrium expression, and only those two. So if you ever see a solid or a liquid in the reaction, just exclude it from the equilibrium expression. All right, let's do some practice problems. So we've got N2O4, a colorless gas, and NO2, a dark brown gas, exist in an equilibrium with each other. So you got this making this, and this making this. At equilibrium, the concentration of each gas was 0.0045 molar for the N2O5 and 0.030 molar for the NO2. The first thing we want to do is write the expression for the equilibrium constant, and then you want to take these numbers and plug them in and solve for K, or KEQ. Only once we've figured out the size of the K can we answer this last question, reactants favored or products favored. But first we start with the equilibrium expression. So we want to do products over reactants, and my product is NO2, and since there's a stoichiometric coefficient of 2 here, I want to square that. And then I want to put that over the top of the concentration of N2O4. Since there's only 1 mole of that, then we can just keep this exponent as 1, and we typically don't write that, and so it's just N2O4 on the bottom. Now I've got the equilibrium expression. Next, I want to take and put this number down in the bottom for the reactant, and this number in the top for the product, and make sure that I take that number and square it before I do the math. So I take that number squared, divided by 0.0045 molar, and I get an answer of 0.20, and the unit here is that there is no unit, because I mentioned this in a previous video lesson, but I'll say it again. There are no units on equilibrium constants, and so it's just a value, 0.20. That's it. Now, because this number is less than 1, we can say that this is a reactants favored situation. Whereas if the number was much, much greater than 1, then we would say it's a products favored. Let's finish the video with one more example. We start with hydrosulfuric acid. It reacts with ammonium hydroxide solution. So I've got the 2 reactants, and the products are water and sodium sulfide aqueous, or sodium sulfide solution. So I've given you the numbers at equilibrium for the following concentrations. We got the H2S, or the hydrosulfuric acid, sodium hydroxide, sodium sulfide. And first we need to write the expression before we can calculate. So I start with K equals, and I put my products up there. Now the first product is actually liquid. And remember, solids and liquids are not included in the equilibrium expression, so no water. The only thing up there is the Na2S. Since the stoichiometric coefficient is just a 1, well then it's just a 1. Now I put that over the top of my two reactants. I got H2S aqueous and NaOH aqueous. And the NaOH has a 2 out in front, so I make sure that I square that. Next, I want to put in the numbers. All right, so I got my two reactants, so I can put those in the bottom. I put the 0.0400 molar and multiply that by 0.320, and I make sure I square that one because, remember, stoichiometric coefficient's a 2. I put that on the bottom. On top, I put 0.122 molar. And when I plug this into my calculator, making sure I don't screw up the order of operations, I should get an answer of 29.785. And since I'm using 3 significant figures in all my concentrations, I want to use just 29.8 as my final answer. And because this number is much, much larger than 1, this is a product's favorite situation. Well, those are a couple of examples on how to calculate using the equilibrium expression. That takes care of this video lesson. Thanks for watching.